Bringing together the genre's finest talents has always been a country music staple. From the legendary duets between Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn to more modern collaborations between husband and wife duo Faith Hill and Tim McGraw, there's no denying that country music produces a ton of really great duets. Looking for the finest? Flip through the gallery below for a look at 20 of the finest duets in country music history. Bringing together three 90s country powerhouses, If You See Her, If You See Him, is a quintessential breakup song. Released in 1998, the song was an instant hit, reaching #1 on what is now the Billboard Hot Country Songs chart. Guitar Gods, the 30 most influential lead guitarists of all time. A #2 hit for Johnny Cash and June Carter in 1967, Jackson, has been recorded by multiple artists, including Nancy Sinatra and Lee Hazelwood, In Excess, and the Carolina Chocolate Drops. But it's definitely most associated with country music's most legendary couple, who won a Grammy Award for their recording of Jackson the following year for Best Country Western Performance by a Duet, Trio, or Group. Arguably the most iconic country music duet, this collaboration between Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers was a massive crossover hit in 1983. The song was #1 on the all-genre Billboard Hot 100 and was originally intended for soul singer Marvin Gaye before it was reworked to be a country classic. Iconic child stars who became awesome character actors. This tragic tune was a sleeper hit for Brad Paisley and Alison Krauss in 2004. Despite its morose subject matter, Whiskey Lullaby runs the gamut from alcoholism to love and loss. The song was a commercial and critical hit, winning Song of the Year at the 2005 CMA Awards. This classic Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty duet marked the duo's third #1 on the Billboard charts and was the title track of their 1973 album. With its characteristic country twang, Cajun influences, and upbeat vocals from these two country legends, Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man, remains a favorite among fans of traditional country. 20 brief but memorable cameos by major movie stars. This legendary duet between then-couple Tammy Wynette and George Jones was a #1 hit in 1976 and remains one of the genre's finest vocal duets. It also offered a bit of a peek inside the duo's tumultuous marriage, which ended 1 year prior. Reba McEntire enlisted backup singer and incredible vocal talent Linda Davis for Does He Love You?, a dueling duet about two women arguing over the same man, in 1993. Later, Liza Minnelli released her own version of the song as a duet with Patti LaBelle. Yee haw haw, these 20 country music songs are hilarious. The first single from Tim McGraw's 1997 album, Everywhere, It's Your Love, is a seriously compelling love ballad performed by one of country's most famous couples. McGraw's wife Faith Hill joins him here on the chorus, making for incredible harmonies and the kind of chemistry that can only come from two people who are legitimately in love. Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson offer some solid parenting advice in Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys, a catchy tune about the rough and tumble lives of cowboys everywhere. The classic track was a #1 hit and earned the duo a Grammy Award for Best Country Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocal in 1979. Which singers have the greatest voices in music history? Despite the decades-long collaboration between Dolly Parton and Porter Wagoner, Please Don't Stop Loving Me is the legendary duo's sole #1 hit. It was released in 1974 on Porter and Dolly and remains a fan favorite. Written by Bob Dylan, Johnny Cash and June Carter weren't yet married when they recorded It Ain't Me Babe in 1965. The song was an immediate hit and offered a peek into the couple's romantic future. They would be married just 3 years later, and go on to build one of the genre's most enduring legacies. 25 iconic TV shows that were made into awful movies. This lament about the creeping influence of pop music on traditional country, originally recorded by bluegrass outfit Larry Cordell and Lonesome Standard Time in 1999, shot to fame that same year when Alan Jackson and George Strait performed Murder on Music Row on the CMA Awards. Even though it was never actually released as a single, Strait and Jackson's version hit number 38 on the charts and later earned the duo 2 CMA Awards, one for Vocal Event of the Year, and another for Song of the Year. In 1994, powerhouse vocalist Pam Tillis teamed up with her father and country legend in his own right Mel Tillis for Till All the Lonely's Gone. Part ode to Hank Williams, part hymn, the song is classic country at its finest. 20 TV shows that suddenly changed premises. Despite its overtly racy title and country music's general sense of conservatism, Faith Hill and Tim McGraw found crossover success with Let's Make Love in 2000. It wasn't a #1 hit but did earn the duo a Grammy Award for Best Country Collaboration with Vocals. This 1993 chart topper brought together Reba McEntire and Vince Gill, two of the most powerful vocalists in country music history. Originally, the plan was for McEntire to record The Heart Won't Lie with Kenny Rogers, but that fell through. Eventually, Gill was called in to record the other half, and the rest is history. 20 TV shows that wrote actors' deaths into the scripts. Written and recorded originally by Townes Van Zandt, Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson scored a #1 hit with Poncho and Lefty in 1983. It remains one of the genre's finest story songs and still inspires debate among fans about which story actually inspired Van Zandt to write the lyrics. Was it the life of Pancho Villa, or something more philosophical? Margaritaville mogul Jimmy Buffett and Alan Jackson teamed up in 2003 to record this legendary, island-inspired ode to day drinking. It was a massive crossover success for Jackson, charting at number 17 on the all-genre Billboard Hot 100, and won the CMA Award that same year for Vocal Event of the Year. The most charming and likable 25 TV characters ever. At the 2016 CMA Awards, R&B legend Beyoncé teamed up with the Chicks to create what may be one of the finest live music performances in CMA history. This mashup of Beyoncé's Daddy Lessons and the Chicks' Long Time Gone, the latter of which was a pointed reminder of the Chicks' lengthy absence from the country music charts, was the definition of entertaining. It was later released to streaming services. There are few duos in country music more iconic than Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty, and there are none cheekier than You're the Reason Our Kids Are Ugly. You're the reason our kids are ugly, little darling, the duo sings. Ah, but looks ain't everything, and money ain't everything, but I love you just the same. 25 iconic film deaths that stay with you forever. Even though Shania's solo version of From This Moment On is likely the best known, the duet with Brian White made this tune a classic wedding track following its release in 1998. It was a top 10 hit in the US, Australia, Canada, and the UK. It's still likely that you'll hear it at an occasional wedding every once in a while. Did you enjoy this slideshow?